Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Qur'an girl here with lesson number 12. Inshallah, today we will be going over Idghaam and Ikhfaa, which are the last two rules as pertaining to the continuation of last week's lesson, where we discussed Idhar, which is where the letters of the throat following tanween or nun sakin are always pronounced clearly, or iqlab when there's a ba following. Then you have a meme sound. So if you want to see, I have Mr. Cuddles the cat here, and he is kind of like crawling all over. He's a little camera shy, so he doesn't want to show his face, but if you hear all these sounds, you know that it's Mr. Cuddles, who has now just decided to plunk himself down right on my notes. So this should be fun. All right, let's see if we can start and if I can scoot him off my notes for a bit. Okay. Idghaam, there are two kinds of idghaam. There is idghaam kamil and idghaam nakis. Kamil means complete or perfect, and nakis means lacking somehow, right? Incomplete. So the letters of Idghaam are yarmalun, yarmalun. That's normally the acronym that you remember for Idghaam. So yarmalun letters, when they follow the tanween or nun sakin, then you have Mr. Cuddles is like going around again. Then you have the Idghaam. Now, what is Idghaam? Idghaam is of two types, right? We said there's Idghaam Kamil and Idghaam Nakis. The Idghaam Nakis is where you have the Ghunna sound, and Idghaam itself is basically where you're merging the two letters, you're blending the two sounds. So you have, for example, if you say the word man and then ya'mal, man ya'mal, man ya'mal. You're blending the two sounds together. That's the meaning of idgham. Idgham is where you blend the sounds together. So that's the meaning of idgham. Now, kamil and nakis, right? We said nakis has a ghunna. Remember, ghunna is a sound that comes from the nose. It's the nasal sound. And those are the letters from yarmalun. We just take yanmu, yanmu, and those are the ones that have the ghunna in them. So for example, if we say, in the example I just gave you, man ya'mal, man ya'mal. If I close my nose, you won't be able to say bayya'mal, bayya'mal. You can't hear the ghunna. So when you hear the ghunna sound, when you're making the idgham, that means idgham kamil. I'm sorry, idgham nakis, incomplete ghunna. Why? Because you are bringing ghunna, incomplete idgham, because you are bringing ghunna into it. So when you're blending, you're adding the ghunna to it. Man ya'mal. Alright? Another one is sirajam munira. Sirajam munira. Sirajam munira. See, you can't make that sound. You have to say sirajam munira, right? So when you have a ghunna, then you are going to have the idgham nakis. The other examples are, let's see, عاملة ناسبة, عاملة ناسبة, right? In this one you have a noon, the tanween followed by a noon, right? So again, it's giving you an example of idgham nakis because you hear the ghunna. عاملة ناسبة. So yanmu, yanmu is the ones that are idgham nakis. Now, idgham kamil is where the only two letters left, right? In yarmalun, so you have the ra and the lam left. So the ra and the lam are considered idgham kamil. For example, if we say وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُلَّهُ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ, I can still say the idgham. I'm still joining the kun, kun to the lam, right? So I'm saying kullahu, kullahu. I'm not saying kun lahu. There's no noon sound. There's no idgham. Kullahu. Now that joining, see, when you're blending the two words together, when you are incorporating one letter into the other, that's called idgham. And when there's no ghunna, it's called idgham kamil. The other example is Ghafurur Rahim, Ghafurur Rahim, Ghafurur Rahim. Again, you're making the sound where you are blending or incorporating the two letters into each other without a ghunna sound. So for that reason, it's called idgham kamil, right? And idgham only occurs between two words. So in both of these examples, you have them between the two words, right? It's the end of one word, beginning of the other. Like sirajam, for any of the idgham, sirajam munira or yakullahu, it's always between two words. Remember, for the other two rules, we said for iqlab and for idhar, we had between one or two words. But for idgham, it's only between two words, right? So now we are going to go into the last one is called Ikhfaa. So we said that there's all these letters, right, that you need to remember, the acronyms, whatever. But with Ikhfaa, it's basically all the others, all the rest of them that we haven't covered. So it's not ba, it's not yarmalun, and it's not any of the huruf al-halq, hamza ha, ayn ha, ghayn kha. So all the rest of the letters, when they follow the tanween or the noon sakin, then you will pronounce Ikhfaa. Ikhfaa means concealment or hiding. So the pronunciation of the noon sakin or tanween is as if it's between idhar, which is very clear, and idgham, which is completely blending. So it's between making it super clear and between incorporating the letters into each other. So with ikhfa, you're going to have ghunna, right? Ghunna, which will come from your nose, and it can be in a word or between two words. So that is Ikhfaa. Let me give you some examples. For example, let's see. Yunfiqun, right? So we're not going to say yunfiqun, yunfiqun. We're not going to say idhar. That would be yunfiqun, right? We're not going to say idgham, which is yunfiqun. We're not going to do that either. We're going to say yunfiqun, yunfiqun. My tongue is never going to hit the position, hit the roof of the mouth, because that would bring the noon sound in. That would bring idgham. So I have to, even though it has ghunna, where you can hear the nasal sound, yunfiqun, yunfiqun. You can't do it, right? But I'm still not saying noon. I'm not actually pronouncing a noon sound. I'm just saying yunfiqun. I had the hardest time understanding Ikhfaa and the difference between Ikhfaa and idgham. It took me months, probably actually a year before it actually hit me. So I hope that I'm able to make it clear for you. The difference between idgham and ikhfa is idgham takes on a shadda and ikhfa does not. Okay, that's one difference. So idgham will take on a shadda. For example, Ghafurur Rahim or Sirajam Munira. See, you can hear the shadda sound. Whereas in this example, yunfiqun, the tongue is not going to hit up. You're just going to hear yunfiqun, not yunfiqun. So those are the two ways that you can help, that, you know, it'll help you to figure out the difference between ikhfa and idgham. Hopefully this was a good lesson for you, inshallah. We will see you next time, and not sure what we'll be covering next time, but I keep taking classes and learning so much, and the information I keep getting might be kind of repetitive in some ways, but it's kind of going more in depth. It's kind of like learning, middle school grade digestive system versus like college level digestive system. So it's pretty exciting, and I get a lot of practice. Hope that this has been helpful for you, inshallah, and take care. Inshallah, see you again soon. Assalamu alaikum.